Hey, what is going on, everybody? My name is Christian, and thank you so much for tuning in to the Flatirons Young Adults Podcast, or FYAP for short. I just want to take a couple minutes just to kind of explain why this podcast exists, what we're going to be doing on it, and all the things we're going to have coming up on this show. And so for starters, I just want to say that we understand here at Flatirons Young Adults that we're not doing anything new or crazy. We know there are a lot of podcasts out there, and this isn't some new inspiration or new idea. For the longest time, we have just been wrestling with how do we have authentic conversations about life and faith in a way that connects with young adults, in a way that's able to inject wisdom, and where we can start looking at the teachings of Jesus and figuring out how his teachings, his words align with what we do in a way that's authentic, that's accessible, and makes sense. And so we landed on this, a podcast. And honestly, we're taking a risk here. We're trying this thing out, and we're going to see if this works and if it fits. And we really hope that you're going to join us for this journey, and that's going to be something awesome. And so with that being said, what you can expect on this podcast, first and foremost, is really real, authentic conversations talking about real questions and real problems that we're all navigating when it pertains to life and faith as young adults. In young adult world and young adult life, there's so many things we're navigating and trying to figure out. And rather than have a platform where we're talking at you, we want to have a platform where we get to have a conversation with you, where we get to open up a dialogue about what we're all walking through and possibly look at what Jesus has to say and how that could influence our life. The second thing we're always going to be doing is we are going to try to bring some people in from around the country, from around this church, from around the state, from around the world, that are just have so much more wisdom to share about these problems and these dilemmas we're facing as young adults. We want to bring in other voices that we trust, that we respect, and interview them. We want to have a conversation and seek their wisdom in a conversational style so that we all can get a better grasp of maybe a better way to do life and have a better understanding and idea of what Jesus wants for us. And the last thing we're doing is we're going to be bringing in people from this community, from Flatirons Young Adults right here in Colorado, onto the podcast to share their stories. We believe, number one, that stories are powerful. Number two, that everybody has something to offer. And that number three, we're all not that different. We want to sit down with people just like yourself, and maybe this will be you in the future, and just hear your story. Talk about what you've been through, what God has done in your life, and the challenges you're facing now. So over your time in this podcast and over the course of this entire journey that we're going to go on, we really hope that you find yourself connected, that you find out you're not alone, and that you find out that Jesus is closer than you think and that he has something better for your life. We can't wait for the future of the Flatirons Young Adults Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in.